right, so here's another good use case for GenAI. I have a DBT source, and from this source, we generate some other models. I want to create an Airflow DAG that will run everything downstream of this source. However, I want to make sure the DAG follows existing conventions, following what we have in other DAGs. So let's see how we would do that. So let's go to our assistant here, and let's have it generate a DAG. So we can see here, it's telling us all the things that it intends to do. It's going to ask several questions, and eventually it'll generate a DAG. So let's see how that actually works. So now it's going to ask me a question. So it's asking if I want to run the source account usage, or if I want to run all the models in the account usage folder, or if I want to use the tag instead. So it is best practice to just use the tag. So we'll go with that. Now it's asking which DBT command I want to run. So I can do DBT build or DBT run, and it explains what each of those does. So let's select DBT run. And now it's asking when I want to run this. So it's giving me some suggestions. I don't want either one of these, so I'm going to specify my own. Run every Sunday at 1 p.m. So now it knows that I'm in Pacific time. So it's thinking I want it to run in Pacific time, but it's making sure that that's what I want. Or do I want UTC instead, or the Eastern time zone, or I can specify my own. So I'm going to say I want CET. So that's the Central European time zone. Now it's asking for the name and email address for the owner. It sees that from my other DAGs, I'm an owner. Otherwise, I could just give it some other name. So I'm going to give it a custom owner. I'm going to use Joe Smith, joe@datacoves.com. And let's see what it does now. So now it's going to generate the DAG. So I'm going to approve that. We'll look at that DAG in a second here. Let's just finish saving this and ending the process. All right, so let's look at what it did. So first of all, it gave it some documentation, some markdown documentation at the top. It also used Datacoves utilities because I have that. And here's where it defined the owner. It then gave it a description, weekly run of the account usage. Here it shows every Sunday at 12 p.m. UTC, which is 1 CET. It gave us some tags, and then right here it's using a connection ID based on other connections that I have in other DAGs. And here's the actual DBT run command. With any AI, you need somebody who knows what they're doing. So I can tell you right now that this is incorrect because it should have actually put a plus at the end of this. So that's incorrect. Maybe I want to change this to build instead. So let's give it that prompt. Change to DBT build and run everything downstream of the tag. So now it changed the description up here, and it says that it's using DBT build, and it changed the description here to a DBT build. And the most important part here is that it added the plus and changed the DBT build. And if we want to confirm that this is accurate, we can copy this, paste it here. Let's change this to a DBTLS. And let's see what models show up. And there we go. So we know that it is running all the models downstream of this source. So this is how you can use GenAI to simplify a developer's workflow. Thanks. Talk to you next time.